Steve Bowers and
Jordan Dyer.
And we welcome you to 6 in the City. We've been talking a lot of basketball lately with high school. We've had two teams, the Bethel Lady Wildcats that made it all the way to the semifinals of the NAIA National Tournament, and Union is in the NCAA Division II tournament. So congratulations to both of them for making that national level. And we got sports coming up this week. Cardinal baseball is coming up Thursday and Sunday this week right here on EPlus TV6. But right now we've got a show.
Yes, we do. We're excited for this show. We've got a great lineup. We've got Holly Wood. She is the coordinator at the planetarium, which is located at the University of Memphis Lambeth campus. So we're excited to hear more about that and how it came about. We have Mariah Bailey. She is reading clinic pre-EST instructor with the Star Center. So we get to hear more from the Star Center this week. Jackie Utley from Jackson-Madison County Chapter, the Daughters of American Revolution. John Butler, qualifier for the Tennessee Songwriters Week. Yeah. So excited to hear. He's also going to be our music and entertainment for this week. Greg Hammond, Jackson-Madison County Sports Hall of Fame. And then Beth Ann Simpson with the Jackson Downtown Development. All right.
All that's lined up ready to go, and the Sports Hall of Fame will be carried on EPlus TV6 later on this month as well, or next month it will be. We'll find out about all of that and more as we continue this 6 in the City.
Hi, I'm here to ask the people of Jackson to be a part of a groundbreaking program, 4 Minute City.
Every minute you don't get help after a sudden cardiac arrest, your chance of survival decreases by 10%.
That's why Friends of Heart and the Jackson Fire Department have created a care team.
A group of everyday citizens trained, equipped, and ready to save lives in our community.
Please call this number or visit our website.
Together, we can save lives.
Every 3 years, the American Public Power Association recognizes public power companies that demonstrate proficiency in reliability, workforce development, safety, and system improvement. The recognition, RP3. The highest level RP3 is the Diamond RP3. In 2023, JEA's Electric Division received the Diamond RP3 award for the 8th consecutive time. This never happened before, but it's JEA today. Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to EPlus Broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. EPlus Broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries.
Holly Wood is with us, literally. Holly, it's good to see you again.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
She directs the M.D. Anderson Planetarium at the University of Memphis Lambeth campus. We're just asking her if that was actually tied to the M.D. Anderson family and estate, and it was.
It was. It was funded by M.D. Anderson. His sisters went to Memphis Conference Female Institute. So
they went to this, where Lambeth is. All right. So that's how it started. And so so the planetarium has been here how long?
Planetarium has been here since, I think, 69. It was dedicated again in 73, and so been going for a long time.
All right, and so here we are. We've got a brand new, refurbished M.D. Anderson Planetarium.
We have a brand new projector. It's it's terrific. Our old projector was a little dated. It had been in use for a long time. It was a little faded, the colors were, so this is a big upgrade. You know, technology's come a long way.
Long way since 69, yes.
Well, this one wasn't put in 69, but it had been there for a while. So technology's come a long way. So it looks great, and even if you've seen some of the shows that we had, they're going to look brand new.
Okay.
And this is open to the public?
Open to the public.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, we've got a show tonight. We have shows every Tuesday evening at 5:30, and every Friday afternoon at 1:30. It's free and open to the public. Just come on in. As a matter of fact, tonight we actually have a show at 6:30 as well.
Okay, so 2 tonight. Tonight.
Is this the Cosmic Mashups?
Cosmic Mashups. Gravity galaxies and supermassive black holes.
And how long are the shows?
About half an hour. Well, if you go to a regular public show, we add a little more to it, so it's about an hour.
Okay.
So 6:30 then on Tuesdays and 1:30 on Friday afternoons.
5:30 on Tuesdays.
5:30 on Tuesdays. And then, but there's this 5:30 and 6:30 show tonight then.
On the last Tuesday of the month, we do a 6:30 show as well.
All right. So 5:30 on Tuesdays, 1:30 on Fridays, and then you also do children's shows.
We do. We do 2 kids shows a month on the second Friday at 3:45 and on the fourth Saturday at 9:30.
Okay.
Where can someone find this schedule?
You can find it at memphis.edu/Lambeth and then hit the news link and it'll be there. And we also have a Facebook page, which is U of M Lambeth MD Anderson Planetarium, and you look under events there and it'll have our schedule.
Okay.
Is there an admission charge for this?
There is no charge.
No charge for it, so it's absolutely, so it's something to take advantage of.
How often do you change up the show?
Oh, we have a new show every week.
Every week? Okay.
The source of those, who does shows for planetariums?
Well, okay, so they're like a video, and they come from all over. We actually have a lot of new content that came with our new projector, and some of them are, we showed one last week that was Spanish. I mean, it was translated,
Right.
so you could understand it. But yeah, they're from all over. We've got one that's from Germany and all over.
Okay.
Wow.
How many planetariums are there in the United States? You know, I mean,
Well, I
not
can't
everybody
tell you.
has a planetarium.
No, I can't tell you in the United States, but we are the only one in West Tennessee that gives regularly scheduled public shows.
Shows,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, well, it's a real special gift.
We're glad to be there.
It's just also the university decided to keep that and keep
Yes,
it in operation
absolutely.
because that was not something that was required.
Right,
But it's a great service, I think, to families and to students.
right. We have a lot of field trips come in.
Okay, to the MD Anderson Planetarium. Well, it's right there on the University of Memphis Lambeth campus. There are shows every Tuesday at 5:30 and every Friday at 1:30, and then special events. So you go to lambeth.edu/.
You go to memphis.edu/Lambeth, and you're going to hit the news link.
Okay. How long have you been doing this now?
I've been doing this about 7 years.
Okay. How did you become a planetarium director?
Just lucky, I guess.
Okay. I didn't know. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a planetarium director. Okay.
It's not bad.
Not a bad gig. No, not a bad gig. It's just, it's tough at the top, right? It's like being we'll talk to John, like being a hit songwriter. It's, not easily done. Not that many
Right.
openings up there, right? It's good to have you with us.
How many seats are there?
We seat 60.
Oh,
So you need to get there about 15 minutes before showtime is
The
recommended.
doors open 15 minutes before showtime,
Okay,
right?
all right, great. Well, it's good to have you with us.
Well, it's good to be
Appreciate
back.
it.
Thank you
The
very much.
MD Anderson Planetarium, and it is tied to the MD Anderson estate. He was from Jackson. The house where he lived is still a red house on top of the hill near us at JA, and he is buried at the Riverside Cemetery in their family plot. He died in 1939. Successful cotton broker, and the reason there's an MD Anderson Hospital in Texas today. All of that tied together right here from Jackson, Tennessee. We'll be back with more as we continue this Six in the City.
My name's Graham and I'm 6.
Graham is a very active little boy. When he was 2 months old, he got diagnosed with a temporary platelet disorder, and we just really had kind of a miracle story of him rebuilding his platelets. Receiving a blood donation, it saved his life and gave him time for his body to sort out and heal.
Please help kids like me give today.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
A water system includes everything from wells to water storage to water lines to treatment, with constant lab testing to ensure water safety. Every 2 years, the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation performs an unannounced on-site audit and evaluation of every facet of a water system. Perfect score, $5.99. In 2024, JA, for the 4th consecutive inspection, received a $5.99. 8 years of perfect water system scores. That's JA today.
Welcome back to Six in the City. We'll be hearing from John Butler coming up later in this segment. Looking forward to hearing from him. Mariah Bailey is with us, and she's with the Star Center. You say you do several things at the Star Center.
I do, yes. I
Such
do,
as?
Pre-employment transition services is one thing that I do. I go into schools to teach job skills to children who have IEPs, but then what I'm here today for is the reading clinic. I also do reading tutoring.
Okay, so the reading clinic is what? Designed for whom, I guess?
It is designed for children between 2nd and 6th grade, and they have to have some sort of learning disability in reading. So we offer tutoring services for those students.
Is it on site in school or?
It is on site, yes, at the Star Center.
How often is this?
Well, it just depends on what the students need, because we do what's called Orton-Gillingham tutoring, and so that is it's kind of a fancy term for, we've been trained in this method. It's a clinically approved method to teach children with dyslexia how to read, and so it really just depends on what the children need. I have some students who've come as many as 3 times a week. I have some students who come once a week. So it really just depends on how much instruction that they need. So
what time?
After school hours. Now, if we have homeschool students, I mean, that can be a little bit more flexible.
Is this self-referral system referred? How?
Parents can call. Yeah, we don't.
Okay.
We get that question a lot. We don't have to have a doctor referral or a psychologist referral. It's parents can ask for the
So
service.
if you got a child struggling to read in those grade levels.
I'm sorry, say that again.
A child struggling to read in any of those grade levels?
Yes.
2nd through the 6th, okay.
Yes.
So what's the procedure then?
So basically, I want to make it clear, we do not test for like reading disorders or dyslexia or anything like that. We do tutoring, and so whenever people call, we will do some sort of assessment to see if the program is a good fit for the student. That's, once again, not saying, yes, your child is diagnosed. We don't diagnose, but we can see if the program is a good fit. So they'll call, they'll fill out an application online. We'll meet with them, the child, and see if the program's a good fit. And then after that, we'll see what the time looks like, if we have the time to fit the child in. We do try to do group sessions. We try to pair the students together according to the age and what they're working on.
What are some of the techniques that you use?
Okay, so Orton-Gillingham is very multi-sensory based, and so it helps a lot with training the brain for how to understand the phonics sounds. So instead of just focusing on like sight or sound, we're going to do things that involve multiple senses. Like we may write letters in sand as they're saying the letter. Like A says ah, and we'll draw the A in the sand. Or we tap out the sounds. If we're working on the word cat, it would be, how many sounds do you hear in the word cat? K, a, t, cat. And so they're breaking apart the sounds, they're feeling it, they're saying it, so it's a very multi-sensory approach.
Okay, did they need to have some sort of diagnosis before, or can a parent who just thinks, they're falling behind based off of a teacher's recommendation or grades?
So they can call and talk to us. We kind of take that on a case-by-case basis. I will be honest, it's helpful if they do have a diagnosis already, just because we have that data. But we have worked with kids in the past who have not. So I don't want to say no, but it's helpful.
Are there so many sessions and then they graduate?
That's a great question. It really depends on the child, because we're going to help them as long as they need help. If that's a year, that's great. I'm going to be honest. Learning how to read for somebody with a reading disability is a very long process, but it's one that's worthwhile. And so, I mean, it could take a while. So, yeah.
So it's an effective blend then with however they're being educated.
Yes, yes. And we work very hard to collaborate with teachers too, to make sure that we're doing things that can benefit them in the class and helping monitor, are they making improvements in their scores, in their classroom, or if they're homeschooled, talking with the parents about that. So
How
we
long
like to
does the
collaborate.
Star Center have this program?
Since August of 2023.
Okay.
So it's fairly new.
Do you have success stories?
We do have some success stories, and I can talk about those without using names. I have one student in particular. He has come to me since the beginning, since about actually September of 2023, and he's one that I've communicated with his teacher quite a bit off and on, and he has grown leaps and bounds in his reading fluency, and it's amazing.
Is it so? It's one-on-one instruction.
It can be, or it can be group.
Okay.
Yeah, it just depends on what the students are working on. We like to do groups when we can.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how do you call or inquire about this?
So my direct number is 731-554-5101 if you want to talk to me on the phone, or if you want to check out the Star Center's website. There's a reading clinic link on there.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Reading Clint with the Stars. It's good to see you here.
Yeah, thank you
We
very much.
appreciate your work very
Yes.
much. We're delighted to have this man with us. He won the Songwriters contest locally at the Carnegie Center for Arts and History, went to Lafayette's Music Room. We'll find out about all that coming up later. Right now, we're going to hear from John Butler. John, stage is yours.
The song's called Phrase Your Word. Thank y'all for having me. Comply till you're deified. Disbelief suspended and denied. Calamity so thoughtfully implied. Just the way on that blessed day. Soft while carefully agrees. Left as hell but might not last the week. Coming into every soul's grief. Just waiting for that home in the sky. And how you feeling so exalted? And now you ain't got to fight a fall. Should you find that your heaven is vital, be careful who you divide. Some words smoke up the room under a blood red altitude, or as a spy beneath the harvest moon. Walk on and on, never get no further away. Set fire to everything you reach. Recollect the sunset bars and sweet, coming into every soul's greed. The devil dances his shadow across the floor. And how you feeling so exalted? And now you got to fight. Should you find that your heaven is vital, careful who you define.
Jackson got electric streetlights in 1887. Electricity expanded with the Suburban Street Railway Company. And in 1897, Suburban switched from horse-drawn cars to electric. The company became the Jackson Railway and Light Company. Streetcars plus electric power for homes. Power for home lights was turned on at 6 p.m. and turned off at 10 p.m. After that, go back to gas or kerosene, but it was another step toward JEA today.
For 9 years, the READ team has helped over 2,200 second graders read better through coaching and friendships. Students have increased their word recognition by as much as 300%. Reading on grade level opens the door for Google searches, driver's licenses, and career opportunities. Invest 1 hour a week to give our second graders every chance to read on grade level. Go to thereadteam.org to sign up. The READ team, changing our community one word at a time. In partnership with JMCSS, Leaders Education Foundation, and United Way of West Tennessee. But you already knew that because you can read.
For the most reliable drinking water supply at the highest quality, reach for the tap. Our tap water is safe and continues to exceed all government requirements. For more information about our drinking water, visit www.jaxenergy.com/JEACCR.
Move over. It's the law. When approaching work vehicles or crews, move over to create a safety zone. It protects utility workers, law enforcement, firefighters, and emergency personnel. It's not an option. Slow down. It could save a life. Stay safe. Move over.
She is with the Jackson-Madison chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. Jackie Utley is a frequent guest of ours because she's involved in a lot of different things.
Yes,
Always
I am.
good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to
We have a special recognition for Vietnam-era veterans that is
Yes.
coming up Saturday, March the 29th, this coming Saturday. It'll be at VFW 6496, which is on Airways. It'll start at 11.
11 o'clock, yes.
And this consists of a special recognition program.
Yes, it is. This is our annual Vietnam Veterans Day, and it honors anyone who is active duty in any location between 1955 and 1975. They're eligible for a lapel pin and a certificate of honor, and I just happen to have.
Have a copy of that.
Do you need me to help hold something?
I always have it upside down. This is, I don't know if you can zoom in enough. This is the lapel pin, 50th anniversary lapel pin, and then there is a certificate of honor. And this is not for this weekend, but that shows you, and it's in a presentation folder from Daughters of the American Revolution.
Okay.
So
how do people that served during this time get this recognition?
if they will get in touch with me before Saturday,
Okay.
just call me or text me 731-293-5055. The information is also on the VFW 6496 website. So I need to know their name and their branch of the service, and that's all. Don't need to see their DD-214 or their veteran's ID. You know, if they're going to show up, we'll honor them.
Okay. Our family member could do the same, right?
Yes, family member can call me. It is for living veterans, but
All right.
love to
That'll
have
be
somebody.
Saturday. So what happens at 11 o'clock then?
11 o'clock. We will have a joint city-county proclamation proclaiming this Vietnam Veterans Day in Jackson and Madison County. We will have a few greetings and introductions, and then we will honor the veterans who have not received the lapel pin and the certificate of honor. One of our Vietnam veterans, is also the president of the James Madison Sons of the American Revolution chapter here. So he will be doing the pinning. Our Daughters of the American Revolution, Jackson-Madison Daughters of the American Revolution chapter regent will be presenting the certificates, and we will have the 2025 veterans patches, and we'll have challenge coins.
Okay.
So there's going to be a lot going on. And then we'll have a group photograph of all the Vietnam veterans there. And then we'll have DoubleTree cookies and coffee and water.
Thank you, Mary. Right, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Mary Ross.
They don't need to get tickets or anything.
No tickets, show up.
Show up.
It's a free, it's open to the public.
Okay.
Even if you're not a veteran or affiliated in any way with the Vietnam era, show up and honor these people. As we know, they were not treated well when they returned from their tour of duty, and this is just a small way of thanking them for their service and saying welcome home.
Okay.
So for those veterans that can't attend, their family can come and receive this and take it back to them.
Absolutely, be happy to do that.
Great.
Okay. Just contact Jackie Utley.
Yes.
And 6496 VFW is where that's coming up this Saturday. Is this a National Day recognition day?
It is a national day.
So DAR just ties into this.
Congress established the Vietnam War 50th commemoration, and it's an annual day, every day. DAR is what's called a sponsorship group. We are it's a commemoration partner. So we are a commemoration partner and get all of the lapel pins and all the literature. They just send it to us. We tell them how many veterans we want to honor, and they send it for free.
Okay,
so it's a great program.
So get that lined up for this Saturday. Now, Thursday, there's another event with another organization Jackie's involved with, and that's what is that, the Veterans Coalition?
West Tennessee Veterans Coalition,
right.
Yes. We are doing a chili and gumbo sale. Cajun Cookers is cooking for us.
Okay.
Thank heavens. We're not
having to do that.
We're not having to do that. It will be at the Farmers Market downtown Jackson from 11 to 1:30. It's $15 a quart for chili or gumbo. We've already turned in our pre-orders, but we are welcoming walk-ups as long as the chili and gumbo lasts.
Last, okay.
So if you've pre-ordered and we know you're wanting to get a quart of gumbo or chili, we'll hold that back for you.
Okay. All right. And that's this Thursday.
That's
at
this
the farmer's
Thursday.
market,
Yes,
11:30
downtown,
until 1.
farmer's market.
Downtown, we'll see. If people would like to become involved in the DAR, what's involved?
To be involved in the DAR, you have to be able to prove direct lineage, blood lineage from someone who was on the American side. Honey, I have a German Hessian, and I can't claim him.
Tories are not welcome even yet.
Tories are not welcome. There is an organization for Tories,
Okay.
but we have a wonderful registrar, Jamie Boone, who will assist with helping you trace your lineage.
Okay.
So
Is it just the Vietnam era, or
No, it goes all back to the
Darling, this goes back to the Revolutionary War.
Okay.
1776.
Right.
You have to be a descendant of one of those patriots.
Have to be descendant of one, blood lineage. You can't be like the distant cousin of somebody. You have to be the great granddaughter. It's open to any woman, age 18 and older who can prove that lineage.
Yeah, good to be part of the DAR.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
We're delighted to have this man with us. We'll talk to him a little bit later. We're going to the main stage, and John Butler, the stage is yours.
Spinning round this fist, one in time, chasing after attributes of the divine, and only here for this moment, never knowing just what we're holding. Only love worth more than loss, and so happily we pay that cost. Still no answers, we're just searching for some truth we're not deserving of. Wasting so much time, or so it seems, passing through this world, or somewhere in between. Calmly we let each chance pass us by, grasp until it owns us so dry. Ever waiting for a chance to be, and only searching for it. Are we trying to see into another life, holding fast with no end inside? Only love worth more than loss, and so happily we pay that cost. Still no answers, we're just searching for some truth we're not deserving of. Wasting so much time, or so it seems, passing through this world, or somewhere in between. And calmly we let each chance pass us by, grasp until it owns us, so we try.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
She was a black female singing country music in the 1970s. Moving to Nashville in 1974, she signed with Johnny Howard and 50 States Records. They recorded different textures of country music, but hit the magic with a contemporary country song in 1977, You've Got to Mend This Heartache. It not only charted Billboard Country, in October 1977 it charted Top 40. Her real name? Not Ruby Falls, Bertha Bearden Dorsey. She was born and spent her early life in Jackson, Tennessee. Welcome back to 6 in the City. We'll be hearing about what's going on downtown from Beth Ann Simpson coming up later. Greg Hammond's with us. We'll talk about the Jackson-Madison County Sports Hall of Fame. Right now we're talking with our featured performer today, and John Butler's with us, songwriter. Went through the Carnegie Center, the songwriting contest there, went to Lafayette's Music Room in Memphis. And that's got to be pretty, the thing about being a songwriter, it's very personal stuff, right? Put it out there in front of a bunch of judges. Yeah.
Makes you more than a little bit hair nervous.
Okay, I started saying. But there are a lot of people that get in the songwriters contest, which means it's tough to get to the top in this. Just a songwriters contest.
There were guys there that had written for 20 years. There were people there that had just started writing, and then some of those people that had just started were just incredible. Mm-hmm. Just they've been going to a school down there. So, and then there were some people that got a little bit nervous, including myself, just being in front of that big show, and it's a song that you've written that has been played out very much. So that was
yeah.
Was this your first experience?
Second time doing it.
Second time.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it a good experience? Would you recommend it?
Great experience, a great way for people to get out there that are predominantly songwriters that don't perform live. So that was the first time having like a song under scrutiny, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the next steps? What's the process for?
So the winner of each round goes up and they end up at the Bluebird Cafe, and then I believe they get a bit of a record contract and like some studio time and then promotional help with that.
So your next step is Nashville then, or?
I got out in the last round in Memphis.
Oh, okay, darn.
Yeah.
Wow. Next time.
Mm-hmm.
Third time's a charm, right?
Yeah. So why songwriting? What was going on in your life to make you start this?
I grew up on a farm in West Tennessee in Dyersburg, and listened to the radio on the tractor all the time. I just always loved music. Never thought I was good enough to sing, so I started playing guitar, and I got decent enough at that. And I couldn't really find anybody to sing with me that I liked, so I just eventually worked at it and got to it.
So if you're going to go solo, this is the way to do it, right?
Yeah.
So you started writing songs.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you describe this work that you do?
It's just based off, I think everything that you hear around here is large in part based on the blues. So I think it's just an extension of that. And I listened to a whole lot of country growing up. So I just kind of brought all those together with a lot of the books that I read and tried to use the right words and get it out there right.
Yeah.
John, there are people that write commercially. I mean, if you get a song like Red Solo Cup, I Fill You Up, it's not exactly the most lyrically profound thing, but it's a big hit, right? Motorboating and all this other stuff. This is different kind of stuff that you're doing.
Yeah, a little more serious,
right?
I think. But, yeah. I mean, it's there's one style of writing where you can, I mean, as long as the lyrics are catchy and as long as the melody's there, you can say almost whatever you want to. But trying to connect to a deeper part is a little, like, that's the difficulty, and then to express it even more so.
Right.
I think this is a pretty prestigious competition as far as, well, I know someone who ended up signing with Kenny Chesney.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a big deal just to even be a part of this.
Absolutely.
And so, do you think that most of the people who are in these rounds have some sort of expectation or hope that they are using this as a career?
I think that's like the end goal for everybody there. Although there was a couple people that they just wrote songs for fun and they just wanted to get out there and then have a chance to show it.
Show it. Okay.
Yeah, great.
So what's the next step?
I'm about to record an album here in the next couple months, and then right now I'm getting into booking gigs around here.
All right, so you're getting on the performing side then?
Getting onto it.
Yeah.
Do you like performing better than songwriting?
I like, well, they're kind of tied into the same, but I do like performing a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I show you?
And so your shows will be original stuff mostly? Is that-
A lot of covers too. I've
Okay,
got about
too.
a 4-hour
All right.
set with covers and everything. as
Okay,
well.
so you just mixed it up. Well, it's good to meet you. Good to have you
Thank you
with
for
us.
having me.
We'll hear more from John coming up. So be looking for it. You'll do the album where?
I'm going to do it with a friend of mine named Josh Chandler in Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Okay. And so you expect it to be out?
I'm going to say end of the summer.
Okay. Hope you'll come back.
Will do.
Yeah, love to have when we get that release done.
Yes.
Like I said, we're going to talk to Greg Hammond next, right? We're going to talk about the Jackson-Madison County Sports Hall of Fame. It'll be coming up here on EPlus TV6 as well as we continue this Six in the City.
It stands out in the landscape. It's the newest and largest water tank in the JEA system. Located northeast of McKellar-Sipes Airport, it holds 2.5 million gallons of water. Construction costs just shy of $4 million, but it will supply water and the water pressure necessary to sustain fire hydrants in an expanding industrial and commercial area of Jackson. Meeting needs and building for the future, all a part of JEA today.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, you think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Hey, congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Greg Hammond is with us. He is the Chief of Public Information for the Jackson-Madison County School System. He's here today representing the Jackson-Madison County Sports Hall of Fame. I like this. He brought a poster large enough for me to read.
They're all that big.
Man, I appreciate that very much. Sports Hall of Fame banquet is coming up, and it's going to be at the Carl Perkins Civic Center, April the 10th. It'll start at 6 p.m. There are tickets still available.
There are tickets still available, so you can go to the Sports Hall of Fame website to find out that information. And the tables are tables of 8, and so, you know, it's really a great night. Everybody knows Madison County is known for industry, healthcare, education, but we've got a deep sports history in Madison County. So it's very fun every year to be a part of the Jackson-Madison County Sports Hall of Fame.
It draws in a cross-section of people that are honored now. When it first started out, we had notables that had professional careers, but
that's right.
And all these stories are compelling stories.
They are. Yeah. So in addition to honoring the inductees every year, there are almost a dozen scholarships given out to high school students. So in addition to showing up to be entertained and to learn about sports, when you support the Jackson-Madison County Sports Hall of Fame, you're also supporting the leaders of tomorrow because our high school students, public and private, apply for these scholarships, and so they're able to use those scholarships to get educated at the next level.
Well, take care of the money side for a moment. Tickets are how much and how do you get
right there on the bottom of that poster, and so
tickets are available. Tables are available for $600 for a table of 8.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And you contact Beth
Sudbury.
731-616-8558. 731-616-8558.
Yeah, so I handed you the poster, let you do the heavy lifting there.
Yeah. All right, so the inductees this year.
Yeah, and so also on the list, Josh Aldridge was the a defensive coach at Auburn. He is now defensive coordinator at East Carolina. He was a part of that team at Jackson Christian that won the state championship. So he's an honoree. His team is being honored with the Hometown Award. You'll remember Paula Fuller played at Jackson State and Memphis State as it was at the time. Bo Hardigree is one of the inductees, and so just really proud of the list we have this year. So Josh Aldridge, Paula Fuller,
right? But he's NFL coach now. Right?
That's with the Tennessee Titans.
Titans, right?
That's right.
Coach. He's had several teams he's worked with.
Jake Overby played baseball and football over at USJ, and then Tony Schutz, of course, Hall of Fame coach. Is really one of the deans of girls high school basketball in the state of Tennessee.
We also have a Distinguished Service Award that's going to a media colleague of ours, and that's Tom Britt.
You know, at one time, Tom Britt was the longest tenured Division I women's basketball sports announcer. Right. And so he's been awarded and recognized at the national level. So it only makes sense for us to really celebrate Tom and the career he's had in sports broadcasting.
Okay. And one of the things that will be happening that night, the Jackson Christian State Football Championship team from 2006 will be on. Hard to believe it was that long ago.
Right. And then, you know, we've got such a rich sports tradition in Jackson-Madison County, and a lot of people overlook that team, realizing that it was their squad that won the state championship.
Right. The first one we had, I think, right, to win a state championship.
That is right.
Out of Jackson, Tennessee.
So those one of those.
That's nearly 20 years ago.
Yeah. One of those trivia questions you file away next time you're at a dinner party. Yeah. You can throw that out there.
Okay.
How often do you have these banquets?
Oh, so every year.
Every year.
This is the 39th edition of this banquet. And so we do want to remind folks throughout the year, as you think about folks that deserve to be considered, we certainly want you to go to the Jackson-Madison County Sports Hall of Fame website. You can nominate these people. You can also become a friend of the Hall and support not only the Hall of Fame banquet, but again, these students and the scholarships.
Okay, great. And then Logan Lott, tell me about Logan.
Yeah, so Logan Lott is a student at TCA, okay? And so she's a runner. She'd actually finished her running event, and so it was time for the boys' event. And so there was a student who collapsed on the running surface there. It was cross country. And so they called the crowd for help, and she was a bystander. And she gave chest compressions because he had stopped breathing. He was unresponsive. And so you have a high school student that stood in there and resuscitated this young man. So I can't think of anyone better to or deserving for the Champ Award this first time out than Logan Lott.
That was this year?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
The 2024.
April the 10th is the date. It'll be at the Carl Perkins Civic Center at 6 o'clock. Get tickets. Talk to Beth Sudbury at 616-8558, 731-616-8558.
Glenn Jacobs, of course, in the wrestling world known as Kane, will be the speaker. So, you know, he's mayor in Knox County. And so,
was going to run for mayor or for governor and dropped out. Yeah.
Well, hey,
we'll find out.
Who knows? So we'll be interested to hear from him.
Yeah, that may have been a ruse. Wrestlers can do that, right?
That's right.
Come back as somebody else. Always good to see you, Greg.
Thank you.
Appreciate your work very much. We're going back to the main stage. We welcome once again John Butler. John.
The song's called Blasphemy. It's the one I played at the Carnegie Songwriters Round.
All emotion and you derive these fears turning and then collide. Heritage commands celestial, the root of it all ancestral, and I would never believe blasphemies that you would conceive, and I would never leave this heart of stone that is haunting me. At a distance, penitent, no glow now for you to circumvent. Heaven sends and hell has spent. Heart alone will now lament. Well, break of day and your story starts. Ignoble lessons modestly imparted. Ever captured our distinction now. Tonight these idols bow around your heart, and I would never believe blasphemies that you would conceive, and I would never leave this heart of stone that is haunting me. At a distance, penitent, No globe now for you to circumvent. Heaven sends and hell has spent. Hearted lone would now repent. Well, all ascending and on the rising, so sweetly this last reprise. When the thief comes, can you surmise? May these scales fall it way down your eyes, and I would never believe blasphemies that you would conceive. And I would never leave this heart of stone that is haunting me at a distance penetrating. No globe now for you.
Extreme cold weather. Avoid frozen pipes. Wrap and protect exposed pipes, and cabinets that back up to external walls will keep those cabinet doors open. Maintain a water drip to keep water moving. Disconnect hoses from external faucets and wrap or insulate those external faucets. If you got crawl space, close the vents. And make sure pets have a warm, safe place. Getting through weather extremes together is all a part of JEA Today.
That's my neighbor, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, I think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Hey, congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Jackson got electric streetlights in 1887. Electricity expanded with the Suburban Street Railway Company. And in 1897, Suburban switched from horse-drawn cars to electric. The company became the Jackson Railway and Light Company. Streetcars plus electric power for homes. Power for home lights was turned on at 6 p.m. and turned off at 10 p.m. After that, go back to gas or kerosene, but it was another step toward JEA Today.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. Jordan and Beth Ann have been talking during the commercial break about fashion. And didn't make any reference to me or include me in the conversation
Y'all cut me out during the sports section, so it's only fair.
Beth Ann Simpson is with us. Talk about what's happening in downtown Jackson. We have a new restaurant I went to the other night.
Yes, you went?
Yes.
How was it?
It was wonderful. It's
I
very
hear good-
different.
Yes, I hear good things.
Yeah, very, very
You can
different.
hardly get a reservation.
Yeah.
So we're excited to have that fine dining experience
Okay.
downtown.
What's the name?
It's right at the roundabout.
It's Central Creek American Bistro. It's where the Little Bird restaurant was
Okay.
on the roundabout. And
It's got a full bar restaurant.
full
and all.
bar restaurant. It's fine dining. You've got to make a reservation. You
Okay.
can't just show up.
Is it dinner only?
It's dinner only.
Okay.
But yeah, it's already packed out. Their first week was very successful.
What's the cuisine?
I mean, it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it is.
'cause
It's a different presentation.
I mean, I've seen on the main menu everything from
they're
a
gonna
pasta
rotate it
to a
depend- yeah.
burger to
They're going to rotate it depending on season, I think.
yeah, to some seafood in there. So I think it's a
It's a
little
real
bit of
good mix.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
and
was
really
very
great
enjoyable.
drinks I hear too. So
It was very
go
enjoyable.
support that. Yeah, it's exciting to have that option.
I made another discovery recently, the little bar on Shannon Street, which is
Yes,
a very
Franklin's Little
unique
Bar
kind
is
of
so
thing.
cute.
Yeah. It seats
They
what,
claim
10
they're the
people or
tiniest
something?
bar, let's say in Tennessee, in the South.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's tiny, but it's
But people are showing up off the internet.
oh yeah, it's
What is it
really
called?
neat. It's called Franklin's Little Bar. It's on Shannon Street, and it's right
Literally, it
around.
seats about 10 people.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I think it technically it's like 16 or something.
Yeah,
they
I
have a
mean,
little
people
patio in the
stand
back
a little
too,
patio, yeah,
and they serve beer and ciders and things.
What's magic about it is it's so small, you wind up talking to whoever's there.
It's
yeah.
intimate.
A little neighborhood
yeah, I
bar.
mean, it's just
yeah.
kind of, it's really interesting.
I mean, yeah. So it was. They had a great turnout for the St. Patrick's Day pub crawl that went downtown. I think everybody did well. They went to Ice House and Rock and
Bagel
Dough
Brothers,
and
everybody,
Tavern. No, not the Tavern. Not right now because it's kind of going through a
Going through a
renovation.
transition.
Yeah,
They
which we're
did
excited
go
about.
to Bagel Brothers, right? and
Yes,
started
and
there.
then they ended at Franklin's Little Bar, and it was they had music
That's great,
there. I mean,
okay.
they've done a great job.
All right. We've been around the bars, restaurants. What else is going on down there?
Yes. Well, we've got, speaking of that, we've got First Fridays. We are starting up in conjunction with the Jackson Arts Council Art Walk, and that's next Friday, April 4th. And we saw what the Art Walk was doing, and we decided let's come alongside and champion them and see if businesses will participate, open up later to shop, go have a drink and eat. We're having some food trucks, live music, and then they'll have their art walk on Main Street. So we're just, JDDC decided, like, let's come alongside and support what they're doing.
And this will be the first Friday in
First Friday of April, May, and June. And then they'll
okay.
take a break in July and August
'Cause it's
because of the
hot, yeah.
temperatures. And then they'll be back to do it for September, October, and November. It's 5 to 7:30. And like I said, I think the Arts Council will be here to chat about their portion of the art walk. And they'll have artists set up to sell their art and creations. But then
They're all local?
They're all local. And then we have a couple food trucks, music right there at Fox Park, right there on Main and Liberty. And businesses will be open. All that information's on our website as well as the Jackson Arts Council website. You can, if you go under the events tab at downtownjacksontn.com, we have our full downtown calendar there where you can see anything happening downtown. But then we have our First Fridays link on there, as well as yoga in the park and some other things we have going on. So the website's really the best place to find all that information. Yeah, we're excited to kind of start that back up. And we wouldn't be able to do it without JA. JA is our sponsor for First Fridays.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're excited about
We
it.
got the new furniture store downtown where the
Yes,
sun used
Home
to be.
Soul is right there on Lafayette, where
Yeah.
it meets Airways, the old Jackson Sun building. It's 12,000 square feet of home furnishings. It's beautiful, stunning building. They have a bar too in there so that you can shop and just enjoy your experience.
And they're bringing, are they bringing furniture from all over the world?
All over. Like, they have their own line too.
Okay.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
They do have their own line, but then they have furnishings from all over. I know that they went to Paris and
That's what I was
somewhere
thinking,
to bring over some antiques. And so there's unique pieces. There's custom furniture. They have outdoor furniture that's really beautiful. It's a beautiful space. They've done a great job.
Okay.
Yeah, so lots of great things happening downtown.
Excuse me, about a new hotel coming downtown.
We would love that.
Okay.
We're hoping.
That's the next time she comes
The
here.
conversation is still going.
It's going on, isn't it?
It is. It's
It
still
is
happening.
going on.
Yeah, so we're excited
right.
about the potential of that.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Always good to see you.
Good to see you.
Great fun. Downtown Jackson changed
It's doing well.
and doing well. We'll be back with more as we continue this. Six in the City.
A rockabilly force of the 1950s, Jackson's Kenny Parchman recorded at Sun Records starting in 1957. But the Sun roster was crowded, and Kenny's recordings were not released, though they are prominently featured in Sun record sets today. It was through labels in Jackson, Lou and Jackson, that Kenny hit the 45s. His band included Smoochie Smith, George Sykes, Richard Page, Ronnie Parchman, and others. They still have an international fan following today. A Jackson music note, Kenny Parchman. A water system includes everything from wells to water storage to water lines to treatment, with constant lab testing to ensure water safety. Every 2 years, the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation performs an unannounced on-site audit and evaluation of every facet of a water system. Perfect score, $5.99. In 2024, JA, for the fourth consecutive inspection, received a $5.99. 8 years of perfect water system scores. That's JA today.
From time to time, life may throw us a curveball. Even with the best of efforts, maintaining the essentials like utilities can be difficult. With UtiliCare, you can make a donation to help provide utility assistance to families right here in Jackson. Your contribution makes a difference for those families struggling to pay utility bills. Go online to learn more or donate. jaxenergy.com/UtiliCare.
Welcome back to Six in the City. Thanks to all of our guests for being with us. It's been a great show and a fun show. We've learn new things about this city. Capitol Talk is coming up Friday the 28th with State Representative Johnny Shaw, Chris Todd, and State Senator Ed Jackson. It's going to be at the JEA Training Center rather than the Chamber. And you need to make a reservation through the Chamber, so take care of that, and we'll see you at 8:30 Friday for Capitol Talk. Discovery Park of America is having their sports card show coming up this Saturday. That's going to be a big event as well. And the Jackson Old Hickory Rotary Club Pancake Breakfast is at Andrew Jackson Elementary, starting at 7 o'clock Saturday morning, going from 7 until 10, $10. And we look forward to seeing you there. And, of course, the Wrap Denim and Pearls Night.
Yes.
With Prince.
Are you going to wear denim or are you going to wear pearls?
I guess I'll wear both.
And purple.
And we'll see what goes. Yeah, purple for Prince. Who's on the show coming up next week?
We've got a great lineup next week. We've got the Jackson Choral Society. I'm excited about that. Habitat for Humanity. We're going to hear about barbecue and Blues Bash. Sounds like a really great time. We're going to have someone on to talk about UT Extension Family and Consumer Sciences and Madison County Health Department, and then also the Jackson Arts Council to talk more about the First Friday Art Walk. Okay, Delia Johnson's coming up with us, and so all those things going on. St. Louis Cardinals on EPlus TV6 Thursday at 3 and Sunday at 1 p.m. coming up this week as we get into Cardinal baseball. Season starts soon, right around the corner. I think I was asking Tom last week. And don't forget the Cajun Cookers Gumbo Sale at the Farmers Market Thursday from 11 until 1, or 11:30 to 1. All right. Okay.
And John Butler's with us.
And we're live on Facebook.
Yeah, we're going back to the main stage. John, take us away. We'll see you next week for more Six in the City. John?
Should I ever fail to refuse, freshly broken and pleasantly amused, and all we know we would still stand to lose, long before we were first refused, but hope set sail today. Punishment for all those times we let ourselves astray. All we fail to say would haunt us with those words we forget to pray. Rescue me, my love, like light from the dying. Hasten to reach an end of all this desire. Regrets I'll never have it, I can't help trying. The saints wear sinners' clothes, wash clean, Lord, there ain't no denying. I'm just here to reach our end. Ever sooner now, my friends. All those things that would haunt us, and yet we not defend. Some sins don't wash clean. Some hearts are redeemed. Should I ever fail to refuse, freshly broken and pleasantly bemused, and all we know we would still stand to lose, long before we were first accused, but